Thy rod and thy staff, they comfort me. And oftentimes we call this thing called life, but the truth of the matter is every day it's a walking death.
Amen.
And what we have to be in this thing called death is the life, is the light. And so therefore, that's when it comes back to when people talk about you. You're walking through the shadow of death, but you can fear no evil because God is with you. So if God be for you, who can be against you? So you're walking on this journey. You're walking and people want to talk about you and criticize you and ostracize you and manipulate and lie. But you don't have to prove anything to anybody because God already proved it before you were even born.
Amen.
And so then we look at Noah and we say, Noah, well, how did you walk through this valley of the shadow of death? He tells us that he had to fear no evil because God was with him. Though people thought he was crazy, though people thought he had something wrong with him, he was able to look at them and say, I'm not crazy no more, because Timothy 1:7 says, for God has not given us the spirit of fear, but of power and of love and a sound mind. So I have a sound mind to know that I'm not crazy. So talk about me. I can walk by you and you can talk about me, but I know I have a sound mind because I'm not crazy no more.
And as I said, it's God's job to basically prove your enemies wrong. And even in the book of Psalms 23, he says that thou shalt prepare a table before me in the presence of my enemies. Thou shalt anoint my head with oil, and my cup shall run over. Basically, what that's saying is that, like I said, it's God's job to prove your enemies wrong.
Oh, yes.
Picture this. You're at a Thanksgiving table, and basically you're the only one feasting, but all of your enemies are around that table watching you eat. That's what God will do. When your enemies doubt you, when they say that you can't be what you want to be, God's gonna allow for them to see it. So don't delete them from your Facebook page. Don't unfollow them on Twitter. Let them see the manifestation of the glory of God.
Oh yeah. Because when God blesses you, he does it because he's beautiful for situations. And so those situations is the negativity and opposition that people give you. They can call you crazy because you have an understanding that the God you serve knows that you're not crazy. And people don't have to understand it. And when I look at it, I look at my life when it says, thou preparest a table before me in the presence of mine enemies. That means that you cannot get blessed until somebody hates on you. You cannot get blessed until someone talks about you. You cannot get blessed until someone says they don't like you. You can't get blessed until somebody says you're crazy. But when you realize that you're not crazy no more, it doesn't matter what people say. It doesn't matter what people think, because you know that you serve a God that cannot fail. You know that you serve a God that is able to do it exceedingly and abundantly above more than you can ask or think. So you have to look at somebody and say, I'm not crazy no more.
A prime example here, a modern day example, would be a pastor who basically wanted to start a church. And I know several pastors who have wanted to start churches and they've moved out of the area that they were in. A lot of times their family members, the people who were even coming with them, have called them crazy. But now those people have gone on to have mega ministries and large churches. And that's a good example for right now, because basically what it's saying that when those people thought that they were crazy, I'm sure that those pastors had dark times where they thought, God, maybe I am crazy. Maybe what everyone said was correct. But you have to remember that although you're walking through the shadow of death, you are to fear no evil. And evil would be anything that's coming against you. Those late night dreams that you have that make you think that you're crazy. Those times when you don't have enough money in your pocket to fulfill the things that you want. Those are the evils that are coming against you. And you just have to trust in God and believe that you are not crazy and that what he has called to happen in your life is going to happen.
Oh yeah, and I like verse 6 because it says, surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life, and I will dwell in the house of the Lord forever. So that means while you're hating on me, I already have a home. I may not have a car right now, but I have a car later on somewhere. And so therefore, every single day of your life, whether people like you, don't like you, talk to you, don't talk to you, surely goodness and mercy will follow you all the days of your life. So when someone is calling you crazy, that's okay, call me crazy, because surely goodness and mercy is going to follow me all the days of my life. It's okay that you don't like me, because surely goodness and mercy shall follow me, because every single morning grace and mercy is renewed. So therefore I know that you don't have the power or the authority to claim something over my life if you're not God. And so then that gets into judging. And see, I'm not trying to go off somewhere, but the problem is in life, we oftentimes judge people and don't even pay attention to the fact that our stuff stinks. And so we judge people and we look at people and we ostracize them and say, look at them, but you don't know what your destiny is. And so that's why if we jump back to verse 5, it says he prepares a table before you in the presence of your enemies. So don't worry right now. Your enemies are going to see your blessing and know that you're not crazy no more.
Amen. And basically, what we want to do is just expound on the fact that you are not crazy anymore. Each and every one of us in here has a dream and an aspiration, something that we want to do. And we have people that have called us crazy about that. Oh, yeah.